at 2 World Equestrian Games now, one on this lovely lady midday. And you've been riding in ReactorPanel saddles for 8 or 9 years, along with a lot of other top riders now. What makes for the difference in this type of saddle compared to others?
The stability and the balance and the security over varied terrain, really, and the comfort for me, and the varying different things that you can put, accessories you can put on it.
And when you're doing a race ride over 100 miles, what's the percentage of the success formula that's down to the saddle?
A large percentage, because I don't want to have to think about the saddle during the race, and as long as it's comfortable, the horse doesn't tense, and yeah, the fact that I'm close to the horse, so I can really feel her.
It's a controllable, isn't it? You want that sort of out of the formula, really.
Yes.
And then what happens as you go and the horse loses weight and changes shape during the race?
I can either adjust it slightly, or most of the time the saddle adjusts to the horse.
Dean, you're the driving force behind ReactorPanel saddles. The first thing I would notice is that they feel fantastic. Tell me about the leather.
We designed the saddles to feel like a second-hand saddle, so as soon as the rider sits in it for the first time, it feels incredibly comfortable. It feels like at home. What we use this lovely flexible leather. This is a used saddle, but even in a new saddle you can roll it like this, and all the features of the saddle is that they're really, really soft. We do an extra soft seat on this particular saddle, the Christine Yeoman endurance saddle, and the whole thing just feels really, really soft and really, really comfortable. For 100 miles in one day you need that sort of comfort.
Of course, the comfort factor for the horse is vital, and this ReactorPanel design is quite revolutionary, isn't it?
Yeah, the panel system is based on having a low bound surface spread as long as possible. That's very flexible on both ends. The panel system is actually attached with Velcro with sorbethane discs, which are shock absorbers, and they can actually adjust the positioning. Where we adjust them actually affects the way it fits and also affects the horse. But they absorb the shock as the saddle's being ridden on, and what we do is we cover them in our normal saddle pads, and these are our lovely, lovely sheepskin numbers, which we reckon are the best quality that we can source.
They're absolutely gorgeous, and they go in the wash, don't they?
They do go in the wash, and they even tumble dry.
For the FEI rides, of course, the lighter riders have got to carry weights. That's mostly women. So how do you build the weight carrying aspect into the saddle?
Well, the international riders have to weigh 75 kilograms with their saddle, and so we build weight into the actual saddle, and this is actually an integral part of the saddle, which we actually put weight in. And the advantage of putting this in the saddle is that actually the saddle's balanced, and most of the riders do not notice they've actually got that added weight in, which allows them to go on and ride as they normally would without the feeling they've got the additional weight. Now, for some of the riders that's not enough, for Chris that's not enough, so what we do is we add another feature, which is actually weight bags, and the riders can actually put their weight in when they need to, in order to get it up to the exact weight.
And of course during the race, if the weight drops, then they've got the facility to be very
Of course,
flexible.
and it's something they can do themselves and they don't need us to do.
There's also the all-important aspect of carrying water, for the rider that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that you've got D's on your saddle in a number of places.
Yeah, we have specially designed water bottle holders that actually sit in this place here, and they clip onto here. We've also got many rings on the saddle so people can attach things, and water bottle holders, the heart monitors is the thing that the endurance riders tend to attach.
So there's no flapping of bits and pieces?
Exactly. We actually have an elasticated section within the water bottle holder which stops it thrown around when they're riding.
And also, Chris, a very unusual bridle, a very, very smart bridle that is very flattering on your lovely mare, and a very good colour for her, and it's synthetic. So what are the advantages of using synthetic?
That you can wash them just in a bucket of water. It'll spend most of its day on the endurance covered in water, so it doesn't rot.
It does feel lovely and soft, Dean.
Yeah, the bridles are actually designed, and the breastplates are designed to feel very, very soft against the horse over, say, 100 miles. All sorts of things matter. Anything can get rubbed. They're also really nice and soft for the rider. The reins are really soft, and also the other thing about endurance is actually versatility. So the bridle can actually serve as a head collar. It can be unclipped, taken off, and you're left with a head collar. There's all sorts of things to attach. The cheek pieces can be detached so that you can take the bit out. And there's all sorts of features with the endurance bridle you don't see with a standard English bridle.
Because efficiency and time is of the essence when you get to vettings.
You have a short period of time in order to go through the vet gate, and every second counts. If you could walk, trot and canter, Chris, and then just tell me what you feel.
Okay, walks. She feels good in walk.
Good.
In trot, feels like she could do with some adjustment, having just coming back into work after putting on some weight. Yeah, she definitely needs the adjustment.
Okay, if you don't mind coming in, and I'll just make an adjustment. Just going to move the panels up very slightly.
Okay.
And hopefully this will make the difference.
Okay, good.
Oh, it looks better.
Yeah, actually that's much more level.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, feels the nose better. That's really good. And then as she changes shape, we'll have another look.
You've been there and done most things, Chris, in endurance and been on the British team for 5 or 6 years now. What would be your top tip?
Fitness. Fitness of the horse and the rider is really important. For me, the horse has to stay in balance for the entire ride. So schooling is really important, canter work is really important, and for the rider has to stay in balance as well. So running, swimming, cross-training, you both need to do it.